going on YouTube? Welcome back to PAULY'S Auto. Got a quick one here. 2012 Buick Enclave. Obviously it's got the 3.6 in her. Customer complaint is that the AC only blows to the floor. And you can see here I've got the codes pulled up for the HVAC module. Yes, this has automatic HVAC control for the left side and the right side. So if you're not familiar with what that means, when they ask you, is it have auto AC or auto HVAC? Auto HVAC just basically means that I can control temperatures from the left side, on the left side and right side, and change temps, for optimization. This does have auto HVAC control. Now, I've got the code up. It's a B3779. Airflow control 9 feedback circuit, open circuit. So what that means is basically we have an open, probably in the actuator, but don't always assume that, because I have seen these HVAC heads go bad, not control the actuators, throw these codes and stuff, and you'll throw an actuator in it, and this is actually your issue, the HVAC head. So keep that in mind. Always test, don't guess. Nevertheless, I'm pretty confident it's going to need a mode door actuator, but I just wanted to show you guys, like I said, it's going to be a quick video, and I will tell you guys why I've been gone for so long, but I'll do that in another video. So I'm in the main menu for the HVAC. I just want to go into my data, and what I want to do is just take a peek at some things. And of course I want to look at my inputs to the HVAC head itself. And you can see right now we're in heater defrost. So if you look, yep, defrost. So let's switch it to panel. See that? Okay, now we're on bi-level. Okay, and I know that all works, and that's fine and great, but that tells me that the switch and the HVAC head is receiving the input from this switch assembly, and that's good to go. So let's go back. Sorry, my boss interrupted me, and I gotta make this quick because I hate doing videos at work because I feel horrible. Sometimes they get a little upset, but it is what it is. So HVAC door positions. Okay, what we want to look at here is, okay, so you got mode door actual counts 123, so that's where the mode door is stuck right now. Then you got mode selection position, we're in bi-level. Now if you look here, mode door motor command counts 96, so that's what the command from the HVAC head is telling. It's commanding a 96 count, and what it's going to do is, I'm trying to explain this as fast as I can, but the command from the motor, from the HVAC head, is 96 counts, okay? This is the potentiometer within the actual actuator, and it's reporting back based on the the signal wire on the 5 volt, because it's potentiometer, that it's at a 123 count. Basically, it's stuck, okay? Now, as I switch through the modes, you're going to see the command change counts. So I'm on panel, and you see how it switched to 46 counts, okay? But no change on our door actual, okay? That tells me that that actuator is not actually moving at all. So what we could do, a down and dirty way, and I've already got the panel off on there, but you could pull that panel down, go up to the actuator, and I like to just put my finger on the the little armature and just feel for the movement. And I mean, I can tell you this is not moving, all right, because we want 159 counts, but yet we got it 123. But then again, we've got an open circuit. Now my guess is that we have, if we go to the wiring diagram down here, which I've already got pulled up, guys, and of course, hold on a second. Okay, so here is our right set of HVAC modules where it's located, the mode actuator, all right? Seriously, these damn tablets. Okay, so if you look here, the light green wire there, with the little sweeper, that's our signal wire. That's going to go back to the HVAC head, okay? Then we look at our yellow wire and our gray wire. Okay, that is, one's going to be the 5 volt ref, and I believe, yeah, the gray wire is our 5 volts coming from the HVAC head. Okay, so the 5 volts comes from the HVAC head on this gray wire, goes through the little resistor, or, yeah, the little resistor in there, which the little sweeper is going to ride on, and then it's going to come back on the what they call the reference wire, right? The ground side, which would be the yellow, okay? And the yellow wire also goes back to our HVAC head, okay? So the motor is commanded, the way this works is when the computer wants to command this motor on, so if we follow the white and the tan, okay, coming from the motor, so here's our tan, comes in, and you're going to see it says mode door control. Now let's follow the white wire down, which is this one right here, comes in, white, comes in on pin 15, mode door control. So they're both called mode door control. Now what you got to understand here is when the computer wants to command the door left, you know, open or close, whatever, right? Any way, it can do it either direction, okay? And the way it does it is it provides 12 volts to one side. So there's a driver inside of that HVAC module that's going to send 12 volts down the tan, let's say, and then it's going to find its path to ground, because these are constant grounds. So when you check here on the white and the tan, you're going to have a ground and a ground. And you're going to be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I should have power somewhere, right? Well, that's how it's controlled, guys. They're automatically defaulted to 0 volts, okay, or to a ground. And then when the computer wants to command the motor one way or the other, it just sends 12. It just switches it one side to a power. That's simple, okay? Pretty straightforward. As it moves, the little sweeper in here is going to move up and down the resistor, and the voltage is going to change, and that's how it determines mode door actual counts, okay? And like I said, 123 is our counts right now. So the voltage that's on the signal wire, whatever that is, you know, we'll check it, is saying it's at 123 counts, okay? Does that make sense? So, anyways, I just wanted to clarify that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the mode door actuator. We're going to pull, we're going to do some quick checks. And all I want to do is make sure I got my 5 volts on the gray wire. I want to make sure I've got a good ground on the yellow wire for the reference. And I want to make sure that when I command this in, you know, floor panel, whatever, that I'm getting that 12 volt switch on the motor. So we'll hook up the scope, I'll get all set up, and then I'll show you that. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I apologize for the quickness, but I have to be quick. I'm at work. It is what it is. So next step, get the scope out. Let's do some quick checks.
All right, so if you take a look, I've already got her out. Let me shut this off real quick so we can hear. Now if you look, there's the actuator. Now the reason I took it out, guys, is because I already know it's bad. But if you look, that little feller lives, oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Right there. Here's your, I believe that's the temp one there. Let me get my light up in there. So where it lives, there's your temp door one to the left there. But if you look up, you'll see the mounting spot for the mode actuator, which is sitting right here. Now I've got everything back probed, and let me give you I'll give you the setup here. So yellow trace is to one motor control, green trace is to the other motor control, blue trace is to our low reference, or our ground, so to speak, and then our red trace is to our 5 volt reference, which is the gray wire. So let's take a peek at the scope here, and you'll see that the red trace, which is to our 5 volt reference, is at 5 volts. Blue trace is sitting steady at 0, which is our ground. I can show you the voltages. There you go. So the blue is our ground's at about 110 millivolts, and you can see that the computer's trying to control that motor right now. The HVAC head is, but you can see we got a good 5 volt reference. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this thing on, and I'm gonna command the modes, and you're gonna watch the green. Just watch the green motor control as I command. So there, I hit it,
I'll hit it again, and you see the yellow one, and the yellow one's just switching negative voltage. It's just because of the way I have it hooked up, but nevertheless, if I hit my modes, if I go through them, there you go. You can see now the computer's commanding that. You see how it's going up to 12 volts or 11 volts, battery's getting low, but that's the computer trying to command that motor, which tells me that the command is there. But you can see, just watch this armature. This is the one I was telling you I usually put my finger on when I'm trying to command it, but you can see right there, just watch that, you won't see any movement. So I'll go ahead and hit it. And there I just hit the modes. I'm just hitting the modes, and it should be moving, but it's not. But we are getting the command from the HVAC head. So that tells us our controls are good for the motor, tells us our 5-volt ref is good, tells us our ground is good, and that we've got a bad actuator. Now I could ohm out, just to prove my theory, I could ohm out this. And as a matter of fact, let me put the red one to the signal wire so we can see what the signal wire looks like. Okay, so I moved the red trace to our signal wire, which was that green wire from the wiring diagram, and you can see that it's at 2.48 volts. Now, as I command this, that should be changing. So there, I just hit the switch, nothing. Okay, now if I disconnect this connector, that red trace should go to 0. It'll go to 0 volts. Oh, let me disconnect it here. Let me disconnect. Oh, I misspoke. It goes to 5 volts. Nevertheless, if it goes to 5 volts, yeah, that's right, because it goes, the signal wire from the HVAC head, that green wire, is going to send 5 volts down to that sweeper, and then it's going to find its path to ground through the yellow wire, through that potentiometer. So basically it pulls it down, and then it just varies the resistance. So as soon as I unplug it, it goes to 5 volts. Obviously we're good to go. We have nothing wrong with our signal wire. So, and I could pull that down with the test light, so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, what we could do, and you can see now, you see that pulsing from the module, that tells us everything is there. Let's go back to our scan tool and see what it shows for counts on the mode door now that I have it disconnected. So we'll go back into our door positions. .46 command, so there you go, 250 counts. So completely open. So if you ever see 250 counts on your mode door, or any counts, that's usually your default value for a completely open, you know, that'd be basically disconnected. Okay, so I hope that made sense. Pretty straightforward, real easy, nothing too complicated about it, guys. Basic diagnosis. To be honest with you, I diagnosed it right from the driver's seat, but I wanted to show you on this the scope, all that. So hope you guys liked that. Thanks for watching. Till next time, like I said, I'll make another video telling you why I've been gone for so long, but other than that, I gotta get back to work. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching.